Video lesson deals with learning theories of English language learning. In this part 1, 4 theories, B.F. Skinner's behaviorism, Noam Chomsky's nativism, Jean Piaget's cognitive development theory, and 4, Leo Vygotsky's social constructivism are taken up and explained in simple terms. B.F. Skinner's behaviorism, meaning language is learned through repetition, imitation, and reinforcement. Correct responses are strengthened by rewards or feedback. Sample English classroom activity. Pronunciation drill with reinforcement. Teacher models a sentence. She is reading. Students repeat chorally and individually. Correct responses receive praise or points. Skinner's behaviorism lays emphasis on correct habit formation. Teacher introduces the sentence pattern and gives a drilling using substitution tables, first in groups and then with the students individually. Substitution tables, for example. He is reading, she is writing, Ravi is skipping, Reshma is dancing, he is eating, she is drinking, etc. I am playing cricket. We are playing cricket. You are kicking the ball. You are drawing a tree. They are running a race. Teacher can draw stick diagrams showing actions like reading, writing, kicking, or show pictures, or she can ask students to do those actions in the classroom. Here, present continuous tense is introduced. Noam Chomsky's nativism, meaning humans are biologically equipped to acquire language. Grammar develops naturally with exposure. Sample English classroom activity. Grammar patterns noticing. Students read examples. He walks, they walk. Learners infer the role without explicit explanation first. Chomsky's nativism bases the process of learning on the process of acquisition of L1, that is, mother tongue, by the child. The newborn child is exposed to its L1 sounds right from its entry onto its mother's lap or into the cradle. Everyone who comes to see the newborn speaks to it, smiles, laughs, comments on its features, giggles, and tickles it. Now you can imagine the excitement that pervades the room. See, your father has come. See, your granny has come. See, here is your brother. See, here is your sister, etc. The child, thus exposed to L1 sounds, slowly connects the words with persons, later with objects like toys, dolls, etc. Now it is able to recognize its mother, father, granny, and relatives, and also its toys, etc. As it grows, it is able to relate words with actions such as sit, stand, hold my finger, get up, walk. The following sentences can be used in the classroom. I am your teacher and I teach English to you. He is Srinivas, your friend. She is Mary, your friend. They are all your friends. Now the following tables can be used for practice. He walks, he talks, she sings. Manohar talks, Manohar dances. Mary walks, Mary jumps. It walks, it jumps. Then, I walk, I talk. We walk, we sing. You talk, you dance. They walk, they dance. We all jump. Note, while using the sentence patterns, even if the students say, I walks, he talk, they sings, we writes, etc., the teacher is expected to just correct their sentences saying, I walk, he talks, they sing, we write, but doesn't quote the grammar rule that singular yes takes singular verb and plural subjects take plural verbs, with an exception to I. At home also, they are corrected to use verbs correctly. That's all. No rules are quoted. So much so, students are expected to speak rightly and naturally without the knowledge of grammar rules. The rules are just followed without knowing or learning them, as does it happens with their L1. 3. Jean Piaget. Cognitive development theory. Short meaning. Language learning depends on the learner's stage of cognitive development. Sample English classroom activity. Picture based sentence creation. Learners describe pictures using, according to their age, using appropriate structures. Focus on meaning before accuracy. Jean, Jean Piaget's cognitive development theory lays a stress on the learner's previous knowledge, understanding, and use of vocabulary and sentence patterns in his or L1. Students must be knowing a few stories in their mother tongue. So much so, when pictures related to those stories are shown, they are likely to make out sentences to describe or tell them using learned sentence patterns and vocabulary. However, the teacher is expected to provide necessary vocabulary when needed. Teacher here acts as a facilitator or a prompter. Teachers can try this when their students have completed 2 or 3 years of English study and learned a few sentence patterns and vocabulary. Here are a few example pictures for storytelling. Lev Vygotsky's social constructivism, meaning language develops through social interaction, especially with guidance that is scaffolding by the teacher. Sample English classroom activity, guided pair speaking. A more fluent student models responses. Teacher supports learners within the zone of proximal development. Lev Vygotsky's social constructivism expects the teacher to prepare well in advance to take up every activity in the classroom. But before that, she is expected to have taught the necessary structures using appropriate situations. She should prepare necessary dialogues for the pair work or role play activities for the selected situations and roles. She should select students who have a fair knowledge of sentence patterns and fluency in speaking English because they are going to provide a good model to the class.